everyone, Donut here. We're going to talk about people who are not very truthful on the internet, which leads to police officers being murdered in cold blood. Again. This is Miss Dawn Hilton Williams, who was driving through Virginia, specifically Brunswick County, when she was pulled over by the Brunswick County Sheriff's Department for going 70 miles an hour in a 55. She was issued a citation by a sergeant with the Brunswick County Sheriff's Department and sent on her way. But not according to her. Just like Hermione Danger in my viral Twitter video, Miss Dawn here likes to bend the truth just a little bit. If you never saw my video about the viral tweet that got so many hundreds of thousands of retweets, you can go ahead and check it out right here.
Hi everybody, this is Dawn. I'm driving. I typically would not drive and do a FaceTime video, but I am I'm in Virginia. I can't even tell you what town. I have to look at something to tell you what town I'm in Virginia. I think Suffolk County or some town in Virginia. And I just was threatened by this police officer, and I want all of my African Americans and people of color that are out there are going to know exactly what I'm talking about, and I want to get a check-in on our people. But I'm on this route called 58 West. It's right off in between Virginia as you go to Richmond. It's a cut through between Norfolk and Richmond, and I have had traumatic experience.
Dawn says she just had a traumatic experience. There must have been some racist, vile, podunk Virginia, Mississippi burning bullshit that just went down in this video, and I'm upset already. We're gonna need Gene Hackman to go ahead and make his way to Brunswick, Virginia, so he can start squeezing the townspeople's balls and figuring out what happened in this situation. Let's get to the bottom of this traumatic experience. Dawn, please continue.
I want the people who are not African American, who know me, to really get where we're coming from. Every time when I saw the police pull up behind me, the state trooper, I was immediately afraid. I was on the phone with my cousin Patrice, and I had her on speaker because I was on Bluetooth. I'm in the car. The man threatens to pull me out of the car. You know, we shouldn't be afraid to drive and get pulled over by the police. And I'm telling you, I showed him my license, asked him why I was stopped, and he said that I was going 70 and a 65 or 60 and a some kind of small difference.
So you feel threatened and there was a small difference in your speed. Okay, well something bad must have happened after this. Good thing we have raw body camera footage released by the sheriff, because he kept getting calls from Facebook attorneys all over the United States.
Good afternoon. My name is Sergeant Sasser. I'm in the Brunswick County Sheriff's Office.
Okay. How are you?
Doing well. Just need to see your driver's license and your vehicle registration. Yeah, the reason I'm stopping you, I clocked you going 70. The speed limit here is 55.
So you were doing 70 and a 55. It doesn't sound like that's what you said. It's not really a small number. If you watch any of my other videos, you know that I'm pretty big on traffic enforcement being a necessary part of policing and being a necessary part of actually driving on the road. Traffic enforcement has nothing to do with that policing for profit bullshit that people keep screaming about. It's all about keeping people safe on the road. Cars kill more people a year than guns do, and until people stop driving like assholes, traffic enforcement is one of the necessary things that we all have to endure.
And so I'm in the middle of a rural little town, and I'm sorry that I'm upset, but I don't get upset too much. Usually I get angry. I don't get afraid. But you know, and I protested a lot. I'm 50, but when I'm in my day, I would say I did a lot of protesting and a lot of fighting just so things like this would not happen to us.
So what wouldn't happen? So you wouldn't get a speeding ticket? I got a speeding ticket a few months ago. Are we protesting speeding tickets now? Are speeding tickets racist? Oh shit, did I miss something? Did Sean King say speeding tickets are racist now?
But I get pulled over by this white cop, and he said he's Sergeant somebody, and I asked him what the stop was for, and he told me the 7 mile an hour difference, or whatever this was, in the speed difference. I saw no traffic signs, by the way. No traffic signs by the time I stopped at a convenience store to get a banana, And by the time I had gone to where he immediately pulled me over when he saw me.
Let me let you in on a little secret here that you may not know. If you drive a car legally in the United States, then there is a chance that you've taken some kind of driver's test in your life. Now, you may not remember it, but I'm pretty sure it's in every state. If there's no posted speed limit, then there is a default speed limit. In this case, in Virginia, it's 55 miles an hour on secondary roads and 25 miles an hour through residential neighborhoods and residential areas. Just because a sign isn't posted doesn't mean you get to speed. Ignorance is not an excuse in this situation. You've taken a driver's test before. That defense doesn't really work.
Yeah, I saw no.
Okay. Thank you. And you still live in South Carolina?
Yeah, I live in South Carolina. I was in Norfolk, Virginia at a tennis tournament, and I'm on the way back to Greenville.
Okay. All right. I'll tell you what. Just hold tight for a quick moment, and I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
I'm on the way back to Greenville, South Carolina. The cop comes back with the ticket. I'm on the phone with my cousin. She's saying, stay calm. I'm nervous, having both hands on the wheel, feeling all afraid. He comes back, and when he comes back, he gives me the ticket. And I said, so this is not a warning ticket. So that I didn't see any signs. There were no signs. He said, well, you can go back and look for signs. I said, okay, so this is not a warning ticket. He said, no, this is not a warning ticket.
All right, ma'am. What I have here for you, it is a traffic summons for Brunswick County General
It's a traffic summons?
Yes, for Brunswick County General District Traffic Court. Your court date is going to be June the 6th at 10:30 for the 70 and a 55 mile per hour zone.
Where is the sign that says it's 55 miles an hour? So
In numerous places.
numerous places where? I mean, between the gas station I just came from, right here.
I mean, numerous places back that way. You're more than welcome to go back there and look at them. I mean, take pictures of them, whatever you want to do.
So you didn't give me a warning. You gave me an actual ticket?
Yeah, no warnings today, ma'am. So your court date is going to be June the 6th at 10:30 for the speeding of 70 and a 55. You have the option to prepay this. I'm going to give you a phone number plus a website that has our courthouse information. If you contact our courts, they will tell you what the fine is, answer any one of your questions, and if you decide to prepay it, then you do not have to come to court. But if you want to prepay it, if you don't want to prepay it, then you have to come to court on June the 6th at 10:30.
So I said, okay. And my cousin's on the phone on speaker. He can't see that she's on the phone because it's on speaker on the other chair. So he said, well, you'll need to sign this ticket. And I said, why would I need to sign the ticket? I don't agree with, and this is just something that I said, I won't be signing the ticket, but I'll take the ticket. He said, no, you'll need to sign the ticket. I said, I don't agree. I didn't see a sign. I'll abide by the ticket, but I'm not gonna put my signature on that ticket. And he said, well, if you don't put the signature on this ticket, I'll pull you out of the car, and then I'll arrest you and I'll impound the car.
Here's the racist part. So in some states or jurisdictions, it's required for somebody to sign the ticket, or that's another offense, and in some places, an arrestable offense. It's not an admission of guilt, it's just a promise that you're making to the officer that you're either A, going to pay the ticket, or B, you're going to come to court and fight him.
I'll hire an attorney.
Need you to sign right here?
I'm not going to sign that ticket.
Ma'am.
I don't agree.
Okay.
But I don't have to sign it.
So, ma'am.
But I appreciate it.
Hold on. Me. All right. So, what you're signing here is a promise to either come to court or a promise to prepay. It's not an admission of guilt. It's only a promise to me that you're going to get it taken care of by either coming to court or prepaying it. If you refuse to sign the summons at this point, I'm going to have to get you outside of the police car, outside of this car. I'm going to place you under arrest and take you in front of a magistrate. I will get your vehicle towed and go from there. So, yes, ma'am, you do not have a choice. You have.
On the phone.
I don't care about that. You do not have. I don't care who's on the phone. I'm talking to you right now. You do not have a choice but to sign the summons. So once again, you're signing right there. So thank you. I knew you were going to sign it. Thank you very much. All right. Appreciate it very much. And you have a very safe day. Okay? Thank you.
It's just confirming that you did receive the ticket. It's like a transfer of property type thing.
So my cousin immediately puts her voice from the seat that says, don't sign the ticket. Because my natural instinct, for anybody who knows me, knows that I do not like to be told what to do. I abide by the law, I'm respectful of the law, but you can't make me sign a ticket.
So Dawn is respectful of the law, but she won't stand for people telling her what to do, even if it is a lawful order. He wasn't telling you to get out of the car and bend over for a cavity search. He simply wanted you to sign the ticket saying that you are receiving the ticket. That's the law in Virginia. He didn't raise his voice, he wasn't disrespectful, and he definitely wasn't racist. He wanted your assurance that you were either going to pay the ticket or come to court.
So I went ahead and signed the ticket only because I was immediately afraid, and he looked like he was ready for me to pull me out of the car. He didn't say, I'll ask you to step out of the car. He said, I'll pull you out of the car.
If you refuse to sign the summons at this point, I'm going to have to get you outside of the police car, outside of this car. I'm going to place you under arrest and take you in front of the magistrate. I will get your vehicle towed.
And I'll arrest you, and I'll impound your car. And he said, so then I signed, then Patrice said, sign a ticket. And I said, okay. So I went, and he said, well, I don't care. You're going to get out of this car. I'll just pull you out of the car.
But he didn't. He said exactly one time, if you don't sign the ticket, I'm going to get you outside of the car and arrest you.
After he heard her, he thought that was me. So I signed the ticket. And I just want to show you what area I'm in. This is the area I'm in the middle of this kind of stuff. This is where I am. So it's not like I'm not afraid, because this is where we got lynched. This is where we got lynched. This is where, even in today's day, even Freddie Gray, we can be in Baltimore. You don't have to be in a rural area.
Whoa, did we just jump from a speeding ticket to they're lynching people out here? What did I miss in this video?
But I was literally afraid that he was going to pull me out of the car, impound my car, and I'd be Sandra Bland. Now, why do any of my white friends know me ever? Did anybody ever feel like that when they get pulled over? Are they afraid that they're never going to come home or see anybody else?
No, I don't experience this because I listen to the cop. I say, no, sir. Yes, sir. I do exactly what he tells me to do. If he wanted me to get outside of the car, spin in circles, pull my pants down, and flop my dong all over the place, I would do that too, because I'm going to go to court and I'm going to walk away laughing with a bunch of taxpayer money. I say it all the time. Fight it in the courtroom, not on the street. And if you have been wronged by a police officer, civil suit. Bam! Get paid if you're right.
If they don't, because the police are at the door saying, I'm going to pull you out of the car. Does anybody, why do only African Americans and people of color know what I'm going through right now? The only reason I was able to even, and then I sat there, I signed a ticket, and he said, I knew you'd do the right thing, and then he patted the side of the car, and he said, have a great day. He said, I knew you'd sign it, kind of sarcastically. It was a very controlling, bullying experience, and no one should threaten to pull me out of a car just because I haven't signed a ticket, because I have a right not to sign the ticket. I didn't say I wasn't going to comply. I said I don't think I need to sign that ticket.
Look, the state of Virginia is in the United States of America, and in the United States of America, if you commit a crime and you get caught, there are consequences. One of the consequences of being caught speeding, which is a misdemeanor in the state of Virginia, is you have to sign the ticket or you can be arrested. It's as simple as that. Crime equals consequences. Who knew?
So we shouldn't have to experience this. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, not just for me. I'm 50 years old. I've been through this many times. Everybody I know that's African American has been through this at least one time, if not 10. And no. So I am just coming to you guys. I'm just, I guess, upset. But, we're in such a rock and a hard place. You want to be strong and you want to fight against injustice. But then you also don't want to be dead. You don't want to get pulled over, car impounded, pulled out of a car just because you don't sign a ticket. And I don't have to sign the ticket. I feel like I should have gone ahead and gone to law school instead of majoring in pre-law and political science, so that I'd know if I had the right to sign the ticket or not. But it wouldn't have mattered at that time because he was determined anyway for me to sign that ticket, or he was going to pull me out of the car. Why would you threaten? Why would you have to pull me out of the car? I never said I wouldn't have stepped out of the car willingly.
If you refuse to sign the summons at this point, I'm going to have to get you outside of the police car, outside of this car.
So this is what we go through on a beautiful day, on the way driving. I was having a good day talking to the phone, but this is what we go through all the time.
So people go through what? Getting a speeding ticket? We all get speeding tickets, and that deputy was professional as hell. He wasn't going to stand on the side of the road with you with cars whizzing by, arguing about whether or not there was a sign between the gas station you were at and where the traffic stop location is. He's going to talk to you politely and quickly, get it over with, and send you on your way. If there's a problem, that's what court's for.
And he just walked off, the bully that he was, proudly, happily, like he had accomplished something by degrading me as an African American, as a citizen. And I was in the middle of areas where I know there were tons of slaves. I was in the middle of areas where there were open fields of plowed areas.
What? Where are you going with this? So here's the logic in this. I was speeding. I got a ticket. There are fields. Slaves worked in fields. This cop is racist. Honey, you are just reaching so hard for this to be racist, and it's not.
And the first thing I thought about is this is nothing compared to what our people have gone through, but why are we still going through this now? Why am I afraid at a traffic stop? So I'm crying on the phone. My cousin Patrice gets on the phone, are you okay? Of course I start crying because I'm afraid and I'm uncomfortable. Because he threatened to, why would he, I felt that if he had pulled me out of the car, what would have happened next? This is how we live as African Americans.
Everyone gets traffic tickets, and in the state of Virginia, apparently, if you don't sign them, you can be taken to jail. That wasn't the black people police. They're not out doing this to only black people. That was simply a Brunswick County sheriff's deputy doing his job. If I went up there, got a speeding ticket, didn't want to sign the ticket, they would pin versus Mims the shit out of me and take me to jail too. And I'm white as fuck.
Doesn't matter about our socioeconomic income or our careers or what we're doing. The cop pulled me over. He can pull me out of the car if he wants, whether we're doing something or not. Whenever he wants, he can impound the car, and I can be Sandra Bland. So I just wish I knew what we could do about this. It shouldn't happen. It happens every day, thousands of times a day. But I'm just tired of it.
So you're tired of getting traffic tickets? I'm tired of it too. Oh, fuck, wait, I don't get many traffic tickets because I pay attention to the speed at which I'm going in my vehicle. Some people get a lot of traffic tickets, but if you are speeding and you get caught speeding, just accept responsibility for your actions.
I'm tired of it, and I don't know what to do about it anymore. I used to think I used to know what to do about these things when I was NAACP and I was in college and I was younger. But now I'm just angry. But powerless. I literally felt powerless when he told me that I'll pull you out of the car.
If you refuse to sign the summons at this point, I'm gonna have to get you out the side of the police car, out the side of this car,
and impound the car. And pulling you out of the car seems small in general. If you're not African American, pulling you out of the car doesn't seem like a big deal. But when you're African American, you get pulled out of the car, you get shot, or you get tased, or you get Sandra Bland if you're a woman.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's what happens on the millions of traffic stops on black people every year. Every single one of them are either shot, tased, or they go to the jail where they hang themselves with a garbage bag. I know she keeps mentioning the Sandra Bland incident in this. By the way, Sandra Bland's family won $1.9 million in a wrongful death lawsuit after an FBI investigation determined that Sandra Bland had hung herself with a garbage bag in her jail cell.
Who knows? But I was very polite. It doesn't matter how polite you are. It's all sick, crazy bullying, and the police are ridiculous. And I'm not even gonna generalize and say some police. I'm just gonna give it to, if you let your blue brother in arms treat any person like that and threaten to pull him out of the car just because they don't want to sign a ticket that they don't have to sign. All I had to do was show up in court or follow the ticket. He'd already signed the ticket. Why do I need to sign the ticket?
At what point did he treat you bad? When was he ever a bully? Instead of logically thinking about it, you went straight to being offended, of course with racism being a factor because of all the fields in the area, apparently. You know what I'm tired of? I'm tired, instead of people using critical thinking, just jumping straight to racism. It's like the easy button. Oh man, I don't understand what's going on in this situation with this police officer. Bam, easy button. It's racist.
I normally don't emote and become emotional on Facebook. That's not my personality type. I don't even like crying, honestly. But this is just every time I see a police car, this is what happens. It can happen, and it happens all the time. So my folks that I know, that I'm friends with, that are not African American, not people of color, this is what we go through.
I still don't understand what the difference between what you went through just then, what a white person would have went through.
As you're in your liberal modes and thinking that you're supporting the cause, understand just how deep our problems are. Even a minor traffic stop could get us pulled out of a car. And the next steps, who knows? We have a lot of example of what happens normally. So normally it's Sandra Bland situation or anything else.
Oh, you're drinking that Sean King, now this Vox Kool Aid, apparently. This shit you're talking about doesn't happen all the time. There's 60 million interactions, 60 million plus interactions with police every year. There's a handful of shady shit that happens. I agree with you. But does that mean the sheriff's deputy was going to kill you?
It's just the idea that you can be, that can happen to you. You can be somebody can threaten to pull you out of the car.
If you refuse to sign the summons at this point, I'm gonna have to get you outside of the police car, outside of this car.
Because I didn't want to sign the ticket. You can threaten to pull me out of the car. That is racist.
Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. Why didn't you just come out and say that from the beginning, Don? It's racism. A law which applies to every single person who is in the state of Virginia is racist. It's the fields, Don. Did you see those fields around you?
If you are not African American and you are my friend, watch this whole video and share it. And help end the racism that we go through every single day. For no reason.
The reason I'm stopping you, I clocked you at 70. The speed limit here is 55.
I just was bullied by a racist cop who threatened to pull me out of a car in the middle of nowhere, where I could have been the next victim of police abuse with no repercussions. Could have happened very easily.
Look at the lengths that some people will go to scream racism. So the sheriff stood by his deputy. The sheriff stated, "What I worry about is this kind of thing will inflame situations where you see cops in other states have been executed while they were just eating lunch." He's speaking, of course, about the 2 deputies in Florida last month who were killed while they were sitting down on their lunch break. A guy walked up and shot him through the window, killing both of them. This is exactly what I was saying with the viral tweet video last time. False claims of racism like this can just fuel the fire that gets police officers killed. When you see these viral videos or incidents like this, question the shit first. How are you going to believe a complete stranger on the internet? Why do you think I cite sources in almost all my video descriptions? If you don't believe something I say or it sounds weird, then by all means, go ahead and research it yourself. I think Dawn owes that deputy an apology, and she probably deserves another ticket for using her Facebook streaming shit while she's driving down the road for 10 minutes. As soon as this video is released, hopefully it's not too late and I can jump on the stream, come check me out at twitch.tv/donutoperator. I've got a bunch of violent little machine shop shit to give away. Hopefully I can get this video edited in time and we can play some Conan Exiles tonight. I bought it yesterday. It's a pretty fun game. We're going to start a clan and we're going to completely decimate some servers. Go to patreon.com/donutoperator if you want to help support the channel. Twitch.tv/donutoperator if you want to use your Amazon Prime account. Subscribe to me for free. It gives me $2.50 per sub. It really helps support the channel also. Donutoperator.com is where my merch is. Everyone, this is Donut. Please have a fantastic day.